All right, JD. JD, where'd you grow up? Where are you from originally?
Originally from Roan Mountain, Tennessee.
And did you have the Klan growing up in your family as a kid?
Yeah, somewhat. On my grandparents' side.
Oh wow.
How did you get involved?
Well, around 2015 or so, when Dylan Roof, he's took and shot the black people in Charleston in that church, you know, and every picture that I saw on TV of him, he was having the Confederate flag in his hand, and he never was a member of any organization, you know. And then they go and take the flag down in South Carolina off to the state capitol building because of that. And I thought, you know, that was kind of a slap in the face to the South, our ancestors that fought in the Civil War. I had people on both sides of my family that fought in the Civil War for Tennessee and North Carolina. And in 2017, I joined the Loyal White Knights. And I just wanted to get out and try to make, you know, do my part and try to make a difference. I mean,
Interesting.
like IW was saying, if we don't pull together, you know, it's going to be like a sinking ship. Our rights are going down the drain every day. And I just wish my grandparents was around to see me and know that I'm doing my share and trying to preserve our history. And I don't consider myself really as a racist. I mean, I'm more of a separatist. I believe in keeping the races separate. That's what God intended. That's why he put us on different bodies of land, different English, you know, language, just different cultures.
So, like, he's not a racist, he's a separatist, but then his grandparents fought for, like, black people to, like, still be slaves, like, in America. So it's like, if he believes in separation, then why does he support his grandparents fighting for black people to still stay with white people?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, maybe I'm tripping. Is he contradicting himself or not?
And I believe that the white race is a superior race, and that's just that's kind of the way I feel about it.
What do you wish the United States looked like?
Sir?
What do you wish the United States looked like
Like racially, right?
racially? I mean,
Well,
right now
wish,
we're all very mixed.
Yeah, we're very mixed. I just wish that, you know, they could stay more to themselves. I mean, don't come and try to push them down my throat.
When you say
know?
they, you mean
Black people.
Our government, and not our government, but the black race, the Hispanics, the Orientals. I wish that they would stay with themselves, you know, and I think the country would be a lot better off if it was like that. And you know, Lincoln, he freed the slaves. He was from Illinois, so I think they should have given that state to the slaves and let them all go to Illinois, if that's what he preferred. I mean, I thought right now I think it's a slippery slope.
So like, he hate black people. Like, he just basically like, all right, free the slaves and put them in the hole. Like, he hasn't spoke on giving them anything or nothing. So that's a little selfish, but this goes back to like my previous videos or whatever, with somebody not really being on the same thinking wavelength as you too, because I'm trying to find a rational explanation out of what he's saying, because I'm the type to see from both sides. But this nigga's tripping. Hey, yo. And they got a green cone on his head.
If the white people don't,
you know what, if you've gone this far into life, if you get this far into life, okay, then I think you need to turn around, question your decisions, and then just be like, okay, what am I doing here? Cause what in the absolute entire fuck? I thought they wore white. Why is he in green?
Get out.
It's obviously a lot I don't know about the KKK, but this nigga's in green. I thought
and try to make a difference. We're gonna give our history.
Or here's my theory. Okay, boom. So look, I think the higher ups wear the white. You know what I'm saying? Because they see the white as the most gracious. You feel what I'm saying? So boom. So I feel like how it works, like in the KKK, okay, the higher you move up, the lighter and lighter your suit gets. I feel like if he were to like level up, basically, I think his suit would be light green instead of just green. See, right now, currently he's in stage 1. Okay, he's stage 1 of the KKK. He's just an affiliate. You feel what I'm saying? You know, and yeah, you know, I just don't think you found your place. You know, they ain't even give you the white suit. They got your ass in green, looking crazy as hell. And then just like, bruh, like they didn't even give you no gloves for real too. Like nah, that's wild. We took his thing off.
Heritage away.
Okay,
I mean, it's gone. But you know, I just wish that more people would see the light and see where this country's heading. Because I give it another 10 years, we'll not be able to do what we're doing today. I mean, it's going to probably be a felony to be seen in the Klan robe. I mean, it's just a matter of time.
What is the Klan's biggest issues today? Is it immigration?
Well, we're strongly against
Race mixing?
the mixed race, you know, mixing races, messing with our monuments, our flag, our history, especially in the South, because we were originated in the South, in Pulaski, Tennessee. And being from Tennessee, you know, the Klan's always been strong in that state and in North Carolina. And I just wish that, you know, we had a better opportunity.
You just
to
wish,
get out.
nigga. Keep being wishful, my boy. Keep being wishful, okay? But all right. This is what I gotta say. I had to cut the fan off for this one. You feel what I'm saying? He gonna be mad as hell. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be mad as hell when I run that bag up when I get older. But anyways,
And make a difference, because they're not wanting to issue us permits, stuff like that, to have rallies or anything, or a public demonstration.
what do they do productive? Like, what do they do productively other than hate people?
But you've got all these protests and stuff going on, and they're just out here doing what they want to do and tearing up the country, and nothing's said. I mean, it's not the Klan. I mean, there's a lot of these other groups. I mean, they're not doing that.
Are you a religious person?
Yes, sir.
And Klan's a religious organization.
Yes, sir.
What aspects is Christianity that is the basis of the Klan?
Well, I'm Southern Baptist.
Okay.
I'm basically Baptist. I mean, there's Methodists, Presbyterians, you know, no Catholics. I mean, it's...
And you are a Imperial Wizard or a Grand Dragon?
No, I'm a Grand Dragon. I'm over North Carolina and South Carolina.
Oh, you do? Okay. And
Well, excuse the fuck out of me. This nigga's a Grand Dragon, and I wouldn't have known that until he said that. But to be fair, I see the dragon on his. You know what I'm saying?
what is a Grand Dragon?
It's the state officer. I'm over the state.
Officer.
And, I'm right under the Imperial.
What do you do every day then? Like, do you just go to work? Like, I'm confused. Like, do you just attend this shit after work, my nigga?
Wizard, you know.
So what is it about African Americans that you want them to be separate?
Well, I don't think God intended for them to be mingling with us, and especially breeding with the white race. I mean, it brings about a mongrel race. I mean, a mulatto color. I mean, nothing makes me any sicker than to see a little kid running around and their skin's just yellow. I mean, you know, a mulatto color. I mean, I wouldn't feel so bad about the blacks if our government wasn't pushing them down our throat. Just like in the 60s, I mean, they pushed them down our throat in the schools and, you know, cafes, restaurants. I mean, it's just something that I don't think should have ever happened.
How has the Klan changed? I mean, you've only been a member for a few years, but
I've been, several years, but the Klan's really changed a lot. We're not as violent as they used to be. You know, back in the 60s, there was some violent Klan groups, especially in Mississippi. And it gave the Klan a bad rep. But today we're more, I want to say, laid back. And It's not more of a terrorist group than what they used to be. They claim that we're in between the Nazis and Al Qaeda. We're ranked number 2 in the world as
It's ranked number 2 in the world because they used to hang black people. What the hell?
one of the worst terrorist groups. I don't see how they could rank us up there, like Al Qaeda or the Nazis.
Okay, Nazis, fair enough, but it pertains to the same course of action. Okay, y'all were still exterminating black people. Like, what the fuck? I ain't gonna say still. I mean, but then again, like, you still have people out here today, regardless of what you believe in, that are representing and killing black people. Like, I mean, then again, I mean, it goes up various ways, but it's not justifiable. Like, still.
I mean,
that's insane.
We don't go out and just kill people.
What y'all do?
Have you
Just
traveled to
rituals?
other countries?
No, I don't. I've never been in another country, but I've been all around the southern states. I've not lost nothing up north. I'm not going up there.
Limiting yourself, putting yourself in a bubble. See, and then that'll keep you in the same trapped, unconscious mind right there. You're not expanding your horizons. Like, you wouldn't dare speak to a black person. That's the same. But, I mean, hey.
So what do you think about the state of our country and its future?
Right now, I think it's going to eventually end up in turmoil. And Donald Trump, he talked a good talk at first. That got him into office. And
you be voting for Trump?
Yeah, I'll vote for Trump. I did the first time. I will this time. I hope he's got a chance. I mean, I've never known a president to go into office and so many of his own party be so much against him, and wouldn't let him do what he said he was going to do. Like I said, he talked a good talk. That's what put him in there. But if he gets in there again as the next go around, I hope that he can go ahead and do what he set out to do, especially with the border wall. We've got a bad problem with immigration, and dealing with China. I think that was one of the worst things we ever done was pass the NAFTA bill, that free trade agreement, because it took a lot of our textile workers, our jobs away from the textile workers, sent it to China, Mexico, and you can't even go to a store and buy anything that's not made in China, Taiwan, Mexico, especially clothes. I mean, I remember Rocky boots and stuff. I was,
Okay, and that's like one thing too, like how he's voicing his economic side of things isn't too necessarily much of a problem because a lot of things like that are like opinionated, pretty much everything nowadays, but just pertaining to like the taxes, imports, you know what I'm saying, manufacturing, whatever, like, okay, like that makes sense. But
I hunt a lot, and I always tried to have a good pair of insulated boots, and even Rocky Boot Company, they're made in China now. I mean, we need a president that will bring our jobs back, and I think the country would be better off and give the people here the opportunity to go back to work. I mean, if they would stop the immigrants from coming in here, that would make a big difference. If, finish that border wall. I mean, I'm all for that.
And do you have children?
No, sir.
No kids. You're married?
No, sir.
No. What are you proudest of in your life?
Sir?
What are you proudest of in your life?
What am I proud of? Well, I'm proud that I'm white. That's one of the main things I'm proud of. And I'm proud that I come from the family I came from with the background, and that I've got ancestors that fought in the Civil War for the South. I mean, everybody says that slavery was the main issue in the Civil War. It could have been part, but myself, I think it was mainly over the money and states' rights. We had the cotton, the tobacco, all the agriculture down here, and taxes. They probably wasn't paying the taxes on their stuff, but that's. I mean, if I can make $1 and get by with it, I'm gonna do it. I mean, they knew that once they pulled from the Union, when the southern states succeeded, that that's what they were succeeding over, the taxes, states' rights, and I'm not going to leave slavery out. I'm sure slavery had a part to do with it, But the North had
Hold on,
slaves.
I'm
I
kind
mean,
of
we
lost
got
track. Oh shit.
it, but the North had slaves. I mean, we got a lot of our slaves from the North. Even our presidents, Grant, when he became president.
At least he's not factoring in the possibility or wanting slaves in the present state of the world, because like that would contradict his like idea that separation should be a thing amongst races. But like this nigga's wilding, yo. This nigga's committed as fuck. That nigga say he's a grand dragon, bitch.
He didn't give up his slaves until he got nominated to be a president. I mean, then he gave his slaves up, what, 4 or 5 years after the Civil War? I mean, they tell, just like Robert E. Lee said, the victors of war will write the story. And I remember growing up in school, all the books that we studied in school was published from up north. They wasn't none of the books published from down here. They tell you what they want you to learn. And that's why the people today, they don't know their history. I mean, if the blacks had any clue, and if they had had enough sense to open a book and study history.
Hey, yo!
In school. And I remember growing up in school, all the books that we studied in school was published from up north. They wasn't none of the books published from down here. They tell you what they want you to learn. And that's why the people today, they don't know their history. I mean, if the blacks had any clue, if they had enough sense.
Boy, he said that shit was a strong ass B. Yo, I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, I can only feel one way. I mean, you see the direction of the video, like Ku Klux Klan member interview. Like, come on now. But still,
study history.
Wildin'.
They wouldn't be going out here and voting these Democrat tickets because the Klan was founded by Democrats. A Republican freedom. But they're so much against the Republican Party. The party that freed them. You know? I mean, it's got a lot to do with the history, and they're not teaching it in the school. And that's what our younger generation's going to grow up to see. A bunch of lies. I mean, that's my opinion. I'll go to my grave feeling that way. And I mean, it's a shame what we're going to leave the kids for the future. I mean, the shape it's going to be in. This country's, I see every day it's getting worse and worse. I mean.
Were there ever lynchings in the Klan?
Well, I'm sure they were years ago.
Well, I'm sure they were years ago.
They've not been
like, so okay, like, hold
in-
on, time out. So we're not gonna address that part of history, but then he wants me to open a fucking book about history, despite my extensive knowledge. Okay, because I mean I research, but like my thing is though is that there may have been a reason as to why they didn't publish. I mean, they did publish books from the South for one. So that's wrong. And then for two, like, I mean, it's just in the right person's nature to view both sides of something. But just what I don't agree with is the fact that, like, okay, all they do is publish the books from up north and yada, yada, yada. Oh, but yeah, we used to lynch people back then. Well, there you go. There goes y'all's history. I mean, like, y'all morally and ethically fucked yourselves up. So you can't be upset because what you want is going in turmoil for the country. That's irrational as hell.
50, 60 years.
He's like fucking 60.
But most of the lynchings was more down south. Like I said, a lot of the other Klan groups years ago, they did give us a bad name. But as far as lynching going on today, nah. I mean, you couldn't get by with it.
One of the things that's interesting about Klansmen is they're so committed to what they believe.
Oh, I'm into what I believe.
It's an interesting stand.
I got a heart of a Klansman, and I will die for a Klansman fighting for my race.
I mean, you may believe things that other people have a hard time swallowing, but you believe what you believe, and you stand behind it.
Exactly. Yes, sir. I believe that God, he gave his life for our sins. I believe in God. And as long as I've got God on my side, I'm all right. As long as I believe that I've got God in my heart, and I know that there is a God, you know, I think I'll be all right. But the blacks, one thing they don't understand about the white culture, we may have brought them over here. Well, not me, but years ago, our ancestors brought them over here, used them for slaves. But you think about it, we brought them over here and taught them how to worship God, comb their hair, brush their teeth, clothe, taught them English, tried to teach them right from wrong, but that didn't work. But they're such a primitive race. They were so used to living off the land in Africa, and they should be thankful that
this nigga is speaking like fucking we don't have the same motherfucking. We don't have the same. We may not have the same bodily chemistry going on in regards to the differences between white and black and Hispanic or whatever, but we all still have the same capability. So it's like this nigga's a big ass contradiction, and that shit crazy as hell.
That some of them were brought into the United States and kind of what I call domesticated. They've been domesticated, and if they don't like it, I'm sure that we could probably use some of those big cruise ships and send them back. I'd put in a few dollars to put fuel in them ships.
What minorities are you at odds with?
Nah, you can't do that. Cause notice how he like, dude, you're not taking no type of accountability, and that's the only way both sides are gonna see something. And then again, that's not guaranteed both sides are gonna see something by being accountable, because not everybody is on that same conscious. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah.
African Americans, Mexicans.
Conscious is just such a big word, bro.
Any race that's not a Aryan race.
Well, what about American Indians? We kind of stole their country.
Well, I know it was wrong for us to come in and push them off their property and do like the Trail of Tears. That was pitiful, the way they done the Indians. If I'm going to have any sympathy for any race, it will be the Native Americans. And
I think being enslaved for years is a bit worse than pushing somebody off their land, personally, in my opinion. But it's not a battle for who, what, because, like, then again, I wasn't there, but I could at least say that because I don't know, I could take that statement back and say that it could have been worse. It could have been not worse. Like, I don't know, but it was still, like, bad. Like,
think about it too, the Confederates didn't do that to the Indians. The North done it. The Union done it after the Civil War. So if anybody's to blame, you blame the Yankees, the North. They're the ones that done it.
Have you ever had any minority friends?
Well, yeah, I have. I mean, I've still got a few black guys that I communicate with. I don't go out of my way to communicate with them. If I see them in the store, I speak. They speak to me, They know what I'm doing.
Wow. And then, what's so crazy, too, is like you don't know who's under that hood, though.
They know who I am, what I represent. So far, none of them's ever questioned me, said anything bad.
I've had some of my African American friends watch some videos on my channel of Klansmen, and they've said they respect his stand and his belief in what he believes, even though they don't agree with it.
Right.
They respect his.
Believe it or not, man, I've got a couple black friends. I'm at that. They care as much about their black race as I do the white race. They don't believe in race mixing. I mean, some of them are like that. They don't believe in it because they know it's wrong. They know the Bible. They know, why they were in Africa and we were, in Scotland, Ireland, because we're immigrants to this country. We are. We're
okay,
immigrants.
and then, like, that's one thing that I can say at least, though. All right. And like, at least he has some sort of support to his claim, but at the same time, though, the support just isn't good enough to overwrite all the previous history. Not to say it's tit for tat, but like, I just wish motherfuckers stop hating each other, bro. This shit is crazy. but he never said the word hate necessarily. But how it used to be back then, and I mean, you just believe what you believe as long as you're not causing serious harm or inflicting anything on nobody. I mean, fuck it. You know,
Right now,
it's too many people up in this world for one person to be selfish enough to think they can just have the world the way they want it to be. So that's just life.
we're handing it out. I mean, we're just giving it away, and you know, it's a slippery slope. I'm telling you, man. We're kissing our heritage. We're kissing it goodbye. I mean, every day you see more and more of these monuments taken down, and street names changed. And what are they doing? They're turning right around and naming those streets after black people, you know? And just like Stone Mountain, Georgia, it's a matter of time, you know. They're going to blast that mountain. They'll probably put a monument of Martin Luther King on top of it.
And it wouldn't be that wrong.
Right now, we're not even allowed to go in there.
But I see how he hates that, obviously.
And it's not right.
All right, JD. Well, thank you for talking with me.
Yes, sir, man.
And good luck with everything. And
all right.
Enjoy your
white power.
Enjoy your cross lighting.
Hey, yo, I'm sorry, bro. Like, I think it's because everything's done been memed out in today's society, bro. But that shit just, I couldn't take that last part. Like, seriously, that shit was kind of funny. But yeah, hey, shit. That's that, man. Hey, that was a good. That was a solid interview. You know, like I was able to really speculate on that because it's like it's good to see another side, but I just think the whole thing was a slight contradiction, and his claims and support wasn't good enough to back up what he was saying. My favorite part of the interview is when he said he didn't have kids. Bro took off his face covering and looked exactly how I was expecting. I'm not racist. Nothing makes me more sick than seeing a kid with yellow skin. Yo, this thing's a contradiction. He's a grand dragon, a mythical creature that has origins in China. Yo, that's what I'm saying, bro. This nigga's a contradiction, yo. I've never been to another country. I know, buddy. It shows. That's all I'm saying. Like, you're closing off your horizons, bro. Imagine grown people gathering in wizard outfits to all share hate towards different colored people. Yo, that is childish, bro. I'm sorry. A simple man with simple ideas. It's impressive someone could be out of breath just by sitting down. The scariest part is that these people are officers, judges, and teachers. Yeah, that's true. And you know, that is true. And that's the only part that fear-mongers people. Not the only part, but that is one of the big factors that fear-monger people in today's society. The sigh of relief when he said he had no children. Nothing makes me feel it. Oh, wait. I can't get mad. I knew what he was getting into when I clicked on this. Right? You can't get mad, like, at this point. Like, I mean, and you see this shit every day. I love the way he leads off by suggesting the English language was around biblical times. Neatly sets the intellectual tone of the conversation. Yo, that's facts. That's facts, yo. Oh my God, I like this, bro. I like everybody in the comments, bro, with brains, man. That's hilarious. But yeah, thanks for watching, man. Yeah, if y'all want to see more controversial content like this, man, let me know for real. I like to see both sides of things. I like reacting to anything, bro, that can, that just keeps my attention. It's hard to find things that keep my attention, like, that I can watch on YouTube, but this is a good interview. Shit, what y'all think? Let me know what y'all think, really, down below in the comments. But yeah, without further ado, man, thanks for watching. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and click that bell, and stay tapped into my socials and shit. And without further ado, I'm gonna see y'all later. Thanks for watching. Peace.